All right, good morning, everybody. Today's Thursday, September 25th. I'm John Weigell with Juliet, Bennett, and this is the Hustle Daily Show. Aldi is consolidating its 90 in-house brands down to just 26 under the Aldi brand. The German grocer that makes you rent shopping carts for a quarter has built such a cult following that they're launching varsity jackets for superfans, proving that sometimes the cheapest grocery store can also be the most beloved. So how did Aldi get so popular, and how is the company capitalizing? We'll get into that and the biggest headlines in business and tech right after this. Starting us off today, Amazon is ditching its UK Amazon Fresh stores to pivot to online grocery delivery, shuttering 14 and converting 5 into Whole Foods Market stores. Amazon's first UK Fresh store opened in 2021, but the retailer has struggled to gain a foothold at a time when grocery delivery is booming against competitors including Ocado and Tesco. Amazon intends to offer same-day delivery of perishable items to UK customers next year, a service it recently rolled out to US customers with the Amazon Fresh. Next, the health tech company behind wearable Oura Ring has nearly doubled its valuation in the last 10 months. And while CEO Tom Hale told Bloomberg its new funds will in part fund R&D on possible wearable types, he said the Ring will remain its central product going forward. Great for them. From there, we go to some Kirkland Costco drama. Western United Fish Company issued a recall for 3,300 pounds of Kirkland signature brand tuna poke sold at Costco stores across 33 states due to potential listeria contamination. The recall actually has nothing to do with the fish, but the green onions used to top it, which is actually good news. And finally, Ben Stiller launched a better-for-you soda brand. Stiller's Soda is a lower-calorie beverage that comes in 3 flavors: root beer, Shirley Temple, and lemon lime, with 7 grams of sugar and added vitamins. But unlike many of the other healthy sodas, they do not contain prebiotics, so it seems like celebrities are moving towards non-alcoholic beverages now. So for more stuff like that, you can subscribe to the show and we'll have more headlines for you tomorrow. But in the interim, Juliet, let's talk about Aldi. What is going on at Aldi?
Everything is going on at Aldi. Everyone loves Aldi.
The people love the Aldi.
Yes. Kind of a few things going on at Aldi right now that I find interesting for a grocery store brand. For one, Aldi is expanding pretty rapidly in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a grocery chain based in Germany. In the United States, they are expanding to the point where now they have over 2,500 stores. And the last time we talked about Aldi a couple of years ago, they had about 2,000 stores. So they're really moving. They're speeding it up here.
Yeah, I'd say they're moving pretty quick. I was just telling you before we started, in my neighborhood, 2 popped up. An Aldi and like an offshoot store, a Lidl or Lidl. I don't know how they refer to it, but yeah, they've been kind of coming everywhere.
Yes. Also German.
Oh, yes, makes sense.
Another thing about Aldi is if you've been to an Aldi, you know that a lot of their products, about 90% of them actually, are private label. And that refers to goods that are, made by third-party manufacturers for a store. So for example, if you go to Costco, it's the Kirkland brand.
Yes.
If you go to Target, it's maybe Good and Gather for groceries, Threshold for home decor, which honestly, I love Threshold.
I do too. I think they offer some great stuff and it's really good quality.
Threshold's Halloween collection this year is better than West Elm's or Pottery Barn's, in my opinion.
Yeah, they've been doing really well with the design stuff lately too. But yeah, all those like in-store brand types, like the CVS brand stuff, the Walmart brand stuff. It makes sense to go into that for Aldi, it seems like.
Yeah, so Aldi has a ton of them, but right now they are consolidating. So they had about 90 in-house brands and they're going to consolidate that down to 26. Those products will be known as the Aldi brand with a label that says an Aldi original.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, we hit on it a little bit with the other big box stores doing a similar kind of thing. And even like, in the grocery category, Trader Joe's is another one that does this. So why does this make so much sense for Aldi at this point in time?
So a couple of reasons. One is simply that private label brands are kind of having a moment. I think there was a time when people thought that a private label brand or, the Walmart brand or whatever was lesser than whatever the name brand was, Nabisco, Kraft, whatever. But now we're at a point where consumers actually feel that they're at parity, that they are just as good, if not better, than the national brand, and they're often cheaper. So people are choosing to purchase those more than they were. Customers spent $271 billion on them in 2024, outpacing national brands, according to Grocery Dive. And store brands have increased by 2% since 2021, while national brands have actually dropped by 7%. So we're into them. People like them. They're cheaper. People are at a time where they're trying to save money. So it makes sense for Aldi, which is considered the most affordable grocery store. I think still, for many years, there was a survey that was like, what's the cheapest grocery store? And it was always Aldi. And I'm pretty sure it's still considered the cheapest grocery store. So it makes sense for a brand like Aldi that focuses on affordability to lean into private label. But at the same time, Aldi has something that a lot of grocery chains don't, which is a very loyal fan base, much like Costco or Trader Joe's, not so much Kroger or Target. People love Aldi.
Yeah, they do.
So much so that Aldi actually has another new thing called the Aldi Quarter Club. And this is a club for its biggest fans. It is holding a competition where people can display the depths of their loyalty to the brand. And 25 super fans will be chosen to become a member of this club. And they will get a year's worth of free groceries, invitations to members-only events, and a very cool, honestly, Aldi branded varsity jacket that I would wear, even as someone who is not a huge Aldi fan. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool. I think this is an interesting thing for them to do because they're really kind of isolating their fan base of people that are really, really into them and giving them something special.
Yeah.
And also, it's called the Quarter Club, right? Mistake me if I'm wrong, because it costs a quarter for a shopping cart at Aldi, right?
That is correct. This is one of many ways that Aldi keeps a low overhead, which is how it maintains its affordable prices, is it costs $1 to rent a shopping cart. Reason being, most people want their quarter back. Laundry, it's hard to do without quarters. If you live in an apartment, we know this. You want that quarter back. So you're going to return the cart yourself to get it back. You want the deposit back. And that means the staff doesn't have to chase the carts all around the parking lot like at Target. And that means they can have fewer staff, thus less overhead.
Yeah.
Thus cheaper prices.
Yeah, it's kind of another charming thing that sets them apart. It reminds me of businesses like Southwest Airlines, for example, that have these weird quirks or used to have these weird quirks and eventually, lost them with private equity. But, they used to have these weird quirks where, people would go to these stores or use this brand because of its weird quirks. And it seems like Aldi's building something about that. I also wanted to note that the varsity jacket image that I'm seeing has the number 25 on the back, which is very funny, by the way.
Yeah, it's cooler than Ryan Gosling's Drive jacket. Let's be real. It's got a pizza on it. It's got a calendar on it. I have never had the privilege of being an Aldi regular. I've never lived near an Aldi, but I used to love Grocery Outlet when I lived by one. So I feel like I get this. I feel like I understand the loyalty. And the jacket is honestly so well designed. I don't know. I just think it's a really fun way for a company to embrace its fans in a way that we've seen other companies not do successfully. We've got all this backlash against Target over the DEI stuff. We've got all this backlash against Disney over the Kimmel stuff. Southwest took away its free bags, and Aldi is just like still here, still cheap, staying out of controversy, not doing anything controversial. Cool jacket.
Nope, still rocking. Everybody loves us. Here's a sick jacket. I think they're moving in quite a right direction forward because the privatized labels, the jacket, the fan clubs, it seems like somebody over there really understands what's making the company work and what's making consumers return to shop there. So good for them, and hope they keep this up for their brand management's perspective. Yeah,
same. I mean, I think if there are a couple business stalwarts we can count on, it is the $1.50 Costco hot dog combo, the Arizona iced tea can prices, and Aldi just, being affordable, bringing it home.
Yeah. They've joined a powerful trifecta, a triforce, if you will. All right, that'll do it for us today. Thanks for tuning into the Hustle Daily Show. We're a proud part of Hubspot Media. Our editor is Robert Hartwig, and our executive producer is Darren Clarke. We've got a lot more tech and business coverage in our newsletter. If you're not subscribed, go get yourself signed up at thehustle.co/email and follow us on Instagram at thehustledaily. We'll catch you later.
Look, I'm going to be straight with you. Everybody's talking about AI, but most people are just playing around with ChatGPT instead of actually making money from it. That's why we dropped the ultimate crash course to create your own AI side hustle in 7 days. We're talking real frameworks and strategies from the pros like the founder of The Hustle, Sam Parr. It includes mini guides, templates, the whole 9 yards, stuff that takes years to figure out. Condensed into 1 week. Stop what you're doing right now and grab it in the show notes. Your future self will thank you.